Hello everybody! Today I want to talk about a game that was made by Bungie. And no, I'm not talking about Halo. This game came out a good few years before Halo. Now I never heard of this distribution company for a long time. Eidos. Now they were famous for bringing out Tomb Raider on the PlayStation, Sega Saturn, and the PC at the time, but I never hear of them anymore. But this is what I want to talk about. Myth and the Fallen Lords. Now this game came out in 1997 by Bungie, and this is an absolute fantastic game for the PC. The intro will say for itself what kind of game it is.
In a time long past, the armies of the dark came again into the lands of men. Their leaders became known as the Fallen Lords, and their terrible sorcery was without equal in the West. In 30 years they reduced the civilized nations to carrion and ash, until the free city of Madrigal alone defied them. An army gathered there, and a desperate battle was joined against the Fallen. Heroes were born in the fire and bloodshed of the wars which followed, and their names and deeds will never be forgotten.
I absolutely love this intro to the game. Although the game is all about having a big army and you control this army and you have to fight these nasty evil creatures. But I can forgive it. It's a lovely piece of animation. I love the music. It's brilliant. Now this is a little spoiler. Later on in the game you recover a head that tells you all about what's going on with the Fallen Lords in areas right now. What a really good spoiler, eh? Love the intro. Now I have to put this picture of the Fallen Lords menu on to show what it's like, because for some strange reason the video recording software doesn't like it. This is what it looks like. Oh, I love this on every single level. It is like an intro and they explain what's happening on each level.
Our legion entered the village of Crowsbridge and halted there for the night. We are just 4 days' march from the besieged city of Madrigal now, and with a little luck should arrive there in time to prevent its capture by the enemy. Shiva, one of the Fallen Lords, has been attacking the city for 2 days, but so far has been held back by its defenders. We all know the battle for Madrigal will decide the fate of all the northern lands, and that if it falls we will soon have nowhere to retreat but the ocean. Fearing for their safety, the villagers here pleaded with us to remain when we broke camp this morning. None of them understand yet what is happening, but they have all seen the refugees from the south, and they are frightened. Our officers seemed unsympathetic until the people returned with 9 young pigs and 10 dozen loaves of bread. 15 of us are to stay now, perhaps to fight boredom instead of the Fallen Lords, and watch the bridge here for 2 days.
Bribe, eh? But this is what I love about this game. There's a lot put into it. There's a nice video intro, and every level has like a story behind it, and it gives a great atmosphere to the game. And I love this bit where they close the apple core down and you see the army is about to attack the village underneath the water. Ooh. Here we go, the first level on Myth the Fallen Lords. Now you notice that it is like a strategy game. You have all your soldiers, and here in the village you have the rest of your army. You've got dwarves, you've got archers, and you could command each and one of them. It's like a real good strategy army game. Now, I know I'm really one for army games, but this is a one-off for me. This is absolutely brilliant. Now, you'll notice that the ground looks nice and blended in because I'm running it on the 3DFX mode. I managed to find an emulator that makes it run, and it looks a lot better on the 3DFX mode. It's brilliant. Now, if you don't know what 3DFX is, it is the PC 3D card that came out round about this time, 96, 97, and it really improved the games. And this is not this is not an exception. If you run in the software world, you'll notice it's in software straight away. Now I've got to get my army sorted to attack the enemy, because if you put them all together and attack, it'll just be one big mess and they end up killing each other. Oh no, there's goals there. Can't reuse archers with goals. I've got to try to use the warriors. Come on, let's get him. Oh God, see that nasty creature beating up one of my archers. Go away, stupid thing. Right, you're going to pay the price for that. Got to stop my archers firing at the warriors. Right. Now, if I remember, there's some more of those things down there. So what I'm going to do is I've got to sort my dwarf archers out, and I'm going to have a group that will run after those nasty evil ghouls. There you go. I think 3 will do. There we go. Now they won't bother me again. Now let's now attack the main army. Here we go. Now you look at that dwarf and you're thinking, what is he going to do? Just watch what he does. Ooh, fire something. Here we go. I think he needs to do it one more time, then you'll see what he does. Oh, yeah, look at that. Blows them up into smithereens. He's definitely my favourite character, the dwarf, in this game. Here we go. Let's attack again. Come on. One more time we'll do it. There we go, yes. This is what I love about this game. If you notice on the ground, there's like blown up bodies, blood all over the ground. And there's burnt ground where the dwarf threw his satchel charges or his bottles of his special stuff all over the ground. And it's absolutely brilliant detail. Like, if the dwarf throws the bomb, or the satchel charge, whatever they call it, and it will land where the bunch of bodies is, it will just throw the body parts all over the floor. It's brilliant. Now, I've got to get my army back now, because in case they get too close. The problem is that dwarves and archers are very good when the enemy's army is quite far away, but if they're pretty close, they're not very good. And you're going to notice that on the second level. Now I think I almost got victory here now. Let's get my dwarves. It's a bit risky. Yes, I missed them. That's great. Here we go. They got no chance now. Victories. I got victory now. Now we've got to look for those nasty goals and pay the price for killing my archers. Here he goes. They're running away now because they know they're lost.
Let's get them. Yes? Hey, move it.
I better move my dwarfs up a bit in case they manage to pass my warriors. They won't get past my dwarf then. See, they're trying to pass my warriors, trying to run for the bridge. It's a bit risky. Oh good, I didn't have to throw a satchel charge. And there's victory, yes! See, this is what else I like about this game. If you win, they will cheer. And you know you won then. That's brilliant. Now, this is the second level now on Myth the Fallen Lords.
Sure. I passed him near the stone monument.
He is a traitor to his town. Will you lead us to him?
A traitor? Then let's move before he gets away.
Now that's a little bit of a cheesy acting, but it does somewhat get away with it. It's not as bad as Resident Evil. Now, because you only got dwarves and archers on this level, you've got to be a bit more careful when the army comes out of nowhere, because if they get too close, you probably will see it's disastrous what will happen. Now we've got to find this mayor who's betrayed his town and basically making deals with the enemy, and we've got to try to hunt him down and, well, blow him up, basically. Gulls running around. Hate those things. Now let's move into open land, because if I follow that man, I will end up being sheltered by trees, and it's not good for my archers. And what they do, they can send their ground enemies to attack me, so it's better to be in the open air. Now that man says follow me, but it will just come back and follow you anyway. And this is the easy way to do this level. See, they're coming out now. And it's best thing for me, they come out onto clear sand. So this is where I plan my attack. Right. Let's get my dwarf to attack. Attack the ground enemies. Oh no, there's already a goal there. Attacking my archers again. What was it with it? Want to attack my archers? You see, they're becoming quite close now, so I have to get my army back now. And that man who in a weird coat, he's called a journeyman, and he can fight close up. Well, he can only just fight close up. He has a special ability, but I'll show you later what his special ability is. Let's get my dwarves to fight. Yes, got them now. Let's get them back in the group. Looks only my dwarf, one of my archers are injured. Now you can tell if they're injured by the colour bars down on the side. Sort them out. Let's get my journeyman, here he goes. And now the dwarf's now full health. And that's his special ability. He can heal the people who are injured. There you go, I think one of my archers are injured, so get the journeyman. Speed up the gameplay here. Here we go, now it's time for the next attack. Now there was a sequel to this game, and it was Myth 2 Soulblighter. That came out, I believe, a couple of years later, 98, 99. And it's more or less the same game as this, but they improved the army a bit. The dwarves have better accuracy, and the bowmen, well, the archers really, they are better aiming in the second game. Look at that, the dwarf just blows into smithereens there. Now I thought I heard that man saying, there he is over there, so he must be running away now, the mayor. Oh, the gulls just kill the man who shouted it's over there. Incoming! Oh, come on. Yes, the dwarf gets him again. Now he should be coming across past these trees, the mayor. There it is, there's the army. Now they're more interested in protecting the mayor, so I've got to try and get my army in front so we can just attack. There we are, the coward is shot in between them. What a coward. Typical of government, eh? Now let's attack.
Casualty.
Now my main aim now is just to kill that mayor. And I believe I could kill them if I could just use everything against them. Although, don't do this on a normal combat in Myth. There we go, the dwarf gets him again. I love dwarfs. That's it, everybody. I will see you next time. Goodbye.